all the men around me are intimidated by my success. And the question I constantly ask myself is, will I ever find true love? These are some of the questions that we'll be answering on today's episode of the Metrowoman Talk Show. My name is Chineye Noli, and I'm so glad that you're able to join today. To talk about some of the questions that we've received from women all around the country, I have Okpe Egbetayo.
Yeah.
She's a fashion entrepreneur and looking so beautiful in green. And then I'm also joined by Chelsea Namani, an architect and a serial entrepreneur. Thank you, beautiful ladies, for joining today. The first question we have is from Vivian. Vivian lives in Lagos, and she says, "Hello, Metrowoman. I love your show. Thank you for loving the show." Right now, I am almost 40 years old, she says, and I am not dating presently because all the men around me are intimidated by my success, or so it seems. And the question I constantly ask myself is, will I ever find true love? And if I will find true love, how? Okpe?
First of all, thank you for having me here. This set is really beautiful. I would say that, yes, you will find true love if that is what you want.
If that is what
If that's what you want, you would find. But you may have to you said something about your circle, the men around you are intimidated. Maybe you're in a pond. Maybe you should move into an ocean.
Wow.
So you need to move into a bigger space, a place where competition is not so stiff, where the men around you are not so small-minded. They cannot grasp how you can be successful and still feminine. Change the circle of people around you. Maybe not totally throw them away, but maybe you just need new friends.
Chelsea, what are your sentiments?
If you've had a certain demographic of friends for this number of years, you're going to be 40 in a bit, and these friends, they've not helped your quest in getting married or having a long-lasting relationship, I don't think these are the friends you should be having.
Same sentiment. You don't think she should be around those kind of guys?
You don't need any kind of bad energy.
Why do you call it bad energy? That they're intimidated by your success?
Yes, it's bad energy. Why would anybody be intimidated by me and the person is my friend? That's a problem. So I should not be around those kind of people.
Exactly.
People who are intimidated by my success are not supposed to be my friends. I mean, if you're a successful person, they say that you have to be around people who are more successful than you, or else you will start looking like a one-eyed king in the land of blind people. So you have to step into a bigger space. I don't think that you should limit yourself to a kind of people. If you're trying to, for example, if you're trying to learn a new skill, like you're trying to learn how to make clothes, make friends with people who make clothes,
who are better dressmakers.
Chelsea. So if you're trying to get married and you feel like the people in your space are not helping that situation, find the people who can help you and be friends with them.
So Chelsea, what are your thoughts on how you can find those people? So you're saying leave your comfort zone, leave these people who are all small boys in quotes. I did say that, so it's very
allegedly.
Well, so what for you? What are the action steps? What are kind of things you should be doing right now?
Yeah, what I'm about to say is kind of provocative, offensive to some people.
Depending on who's listening.
Depending on who's listening to it, exactly.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're around mediocre-minded people, inconsequential. It's a bit offensive.
Yeah,
it's
so
arrogant.
And it's relative
but
to
I
whatever
want to make sure you understand
what
I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
You can either be a hammer or a nail. You can't be both. Hammer is the one that hits, nail is the one that is on the table.
Yeah.
be the hammer. Come out. Just pull out.
Okay, now,
Pull out
the
from
next
that.
question I'm going to ask you
Yeah.
is this. I know certain men who feel, maybe because of their ego, feel that when women become successful, it gets in their head. So what if the issue is not just really about the mediocre men around them? What if the issue is the fact that the girl has carried herself in such a way that she acts as if she is too much? What if the fault is from the lady? What if there's really a good man who loves her and who could be all that she wants, but she's scaring him, you know, with the way she carries her success?
See, do you know something
Yeah.
that human beings never, ever understand? And they will never get it. I don't know why.
What's
Because
the thing?
this same thing, I've answered these questions a number of times. If you're a woman, you're making, let's say, about 4 million naira annually, and you're with a man that is making 800,000 naira or 1 million naira annually.
Yeah.
Right now, when you're in the relationship, it's not going to matter. Give or take 5 to 8 years, it's going to matter. There's no time that it won't matter. Do you know why? Men are egotistical human beings. They are predators by nature.
So
You are
they'd
basically
rather be the one-
trying to tell a man that I'm better than you, but don't worry about it. It
What do
won't
you think?
happen.
Okay, I don't think so. I feel like, okay, so the problem could actually be from her. Maybe she carries herself like I don't need anybody. And really, you can't go into relationships when you're at work, you are boss. When you are out of work, you're a woman. They're sort of different aspects to you. So if you carry your boss atmosphere into the times when you're with the man, it might, yes, you can say that they are egoistic, but sometimes, yes, you need to feed their ego if you want to get married.
But then she's
Guess
making
what?
a
You
different
can't
point.
feed a man's ego if you're making more money than him.
You can. I
you
think
can't.
you can.
No.
Yes, I know.
How many years have you been married?
I've been married 13 years.
She has
Whoa.
been married 13 years. And you're
I
a
should
single
tell you.
lady.
You
No,
can't
okay, so
a man, no matter how educated, and my husband is very educated, no matter how educated he is, he's still the man. So if you're making more than he is, and you come home and you can kneel down, prostrate, fly, and greet him in the morning, it's not gonna matter.
why?
Because he still feels small. You are making more. He sees himself as smaller than you are. That is why men are egotistical by
So means
nature.
The problem then
It's
is
nature.
not about the lady making more,
A lady can try to be, if she's dominant outside, she's controlling, she has her businesses.
Yeah.
She comes home and she tries to be subservient, as it were.
Yeah.
No matter what, it don't make no sense. No matter how beautiful she is, when she gets home, the man wants to feel like he can control you. Even if when you're lucky and the person is not a wicked person, he wants to feel as though his word is the last word.
Yeah.
Like you won't tell him, oh, let me give you an example. You tell your man, I'm talking about something that happened.
Happens. Okay.
I'm not gonna mention names.
Yeah.
You tell your man, I'm going to the UK for about 3 weeks. I want to go get some luxury pieces for a client. And then he says, so how much do you want? He said, no, I don't need money. I have money. I want to go. He said, so what of your children?
Who's going to take care of that?
Who will feed them? He said, that's what the housekeeper is around. She will feed them. No, nobody will feed my children. Are you not my wife? Are you not their mother? Are you not a mother? You've just I literally had to intervene. And he says, it's because you have money. That's why
That's
you can tell
why
me. You're not even asking for my permission, as it were.
You're
You're
just
just
telling me.
informing me of what you're going to be doing the next couple of weeks. You're not telling me, can I? You're telling me, I will, I shall. No man likes that, no matter how educated.
I hear you say, marry a richer man. Don't make the mistake
Be
of...
hypergamous. Don't marry beneath you.
Marry
if you're
above
making,
you.
If you're making 5,000 naira monthly, that's literally less than what any human being should be making. But if you're making 5,000 naira monthly, marry someone that is making 8,000 naira.
For peace of mind.
For peace of mind. Because guess what? If it's not going to come back and bite you in 2 years, it's going to bite you in 5 years. It's going to bite you in 8 years. It's going to be the basis of your fights. He will use that. That's going to be literally your structure. You can be as faithful, as loyal to him as you want to be.
But
It's not going to matter. That's
Insecurity.
insecurity. There's nothing worse than a man that is insecure.
You know what I'm going to do, Chelsea? I'm going to call you back on this set. And I'm going to get a man to sit down
I
with
would
you.
absolutely
And we're
love
going to
that.
have another conversation. But this is really eye-opening, and we're taking the lessons. Well,
So
let's hear from
what
you.
I would say is, if she's trying to get married and she feels like all the men around her are thinking that she's too successful,
Yeah.
so all of this is find more successful men who would not be intimidated by what you
I
have.
don't know why I expected from both of you somebody to say, find a man who doesn't care how successful you are. Are you then trying to infer that there's no man who will ever not
You
care?
know, the world has so become destabilized that the basic nature of man has become the basis of life.
How do you mean?
10 years ago, you could say, oh, he loves me, I love him. He's not that rich, very good. You can't do that now.
Why?
Because every man has become millennial. Even men that are 38, 39, 40, that are not supposed to be millennials. Millennials are 30, 31. Now a 39-year-old man will tell you, so I want to be with a woman that can push me, that can make me better than I am. The woman I was with before wasn't pushing me. Do you know what he's telling you?
What is he saying?
What is he saying?
He's telling you that your career doesn't matter. Make money. But I am still the end all be all. 10 years ago, a man can maybe marry you out of love, and you are better. Let's not quote it. You are better than he is financially. No matter how it keeps seeping into his subconscious, every now and then he'll still be like, okay, but I love her. But I love her.
No, but I don't think that always works. I know that there are people who would marry.
Have you seen it?
Not for.
Have you seen it happen?
Yes, I have. I've seen people marry not below themselves, but I've seen men marry women who are on the same level, and they're fine, and they don't need. Yes,
exactly.
As long as, well, for her, it's important that she wants to remain successful and she wants to be married. So, what I would suggest is to find men in her,
either men at
in
her
cabal, or slightly higher, or way higher.
She cannot go
But she needs to move out of her pond.
Now, Chelsea, I think that the fact that she thinks that her success is what's standing in the way of her finding love might really not be the only factor. Because right now, nowadays, there's so many factors that come into play when we talk about single girls and finding the right man. Is there something you think she should be doing or she shouldn't be doing which might affect her chances of finding love, aside from changing her environment?
Two things.
Yeah.
I don't think any guy has met a woman and said, and when asked or questioned as to what attracted him to her, and he said, oh, when I saw her, I fell in love with her soul. It's never going to happen, isn't it? How you look like matters a lot. When he meets you, you have to be outstanding physically.
Outstanding.
That's a strong word.
I don't play with that.
Yeah.
There's no middle ground for me with looking, how you look. There's no, oh, okay, let's come to some sort of impasse. Today, I want to just look careless. That don't make no sense to me. Even when you're looking careless, look put together.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know who you're going to see. Oh, you're just leaving the house in the morning. You want to go to the market real quick.
Yeah.
Wear a nice kaftan and slides. Don't say, oh, so let me just wear this and just come out. That you already look like a careless person. You don't look like someone that puts thoughts into each and every of our action. As much as men like women that are spontaneous, they like women that are very, very careful. Like if you're very careful, that means you must be careful with finances. You must be careful with your words. You must be careful with your output. Change your dressing. If you're someone that is more busty than hippie, okay, guys, maybe would have lost you. Now wear outfits that accentuate
what you have.
What you have. And
not necessarily in a seductive way, but just beautiful put together.
When you're being seductive, that means you don't want to have a relationship. Yeah, you just want to play around. You just want to wear something extremely seductive, and any man that meets you sees you as Miss right now, not Miss forever.
Wow.
You have to look like Miss Forever, and then when you're in your forever scene, you can be your sexy self when you want to be. You can be your sexy self in your bedroom. That's good. No one is ever going to come to your bedroom and say, oh, this lingerie is too expository. No one is going to do that.
Yeah.
Right? Dress to impress. Speak to impress. You have to be very, very on point when you're speaking. And then how you smell. Men react to smell a lot.
So number two.
Yeah. Not to get into spirituality and all that. I'm not talking from a totally spiritual point of view, as it were. I'm actually trying to hit on all aspects, the totality. You could have someone in your life that is holding you back. You guys may have had some intimate relationships here and there, maybe your guy on the side, and you feel like, okay, but I'm not that serious with him, so it doesn't matter, I'm still looking for someone. Life is spiritual. That guy is holding you back.
So you're not single.
You're not single. You're still in a relationship. In the whole backward side of life, if you want to flip it, you're in a relationship. You're the one saying, I'm single.
Yeah.
But you're not projecting single. Do you understand?
What you're projecting
is oh Lord.
That's really deep. That's another
How do we
level.
explain this?
I understand. I hear you say be single.
Being single in the complete and total sense
of the word.
That guy that sends you a message and says, hey, don't say hey back. No. Say goodbye.
Totally and absolutely. So I mean,
don't respond. Like, being totally single.
You know, the picture that comes to mind is you're holding something in your hand and then you're asking for something, but there's something
already in your hand.
So I mean, those are some of the things that we as women, as you age, as you search for love and hope for true love to come, you want to be sure that when it comes to your personal grooming, you're on point, like you said, and be truly single. Yeah.
I think that one of the things that I would say is, she said that she wants to find love, but you don't find something you're not looking for. So maybe she is looking. And it's only the things that you give attention to.
You prioritize.
Yes, so you have to prioritize wanting to find love. And also, maybe it's your mind. Maybe it's because you already have it in your mind that all the men around you are intimidated by your success. So maybe you should renew your mind. Like, take out that mindset of the men around me are intimidated. Because even if they say that a lizard in Nigeria cannot become an alligator in London. So if you believe that the men around you are intimidated by your success, anywhere you go in the world, the men that you would find would be intimidated by your success. So you have to first remove that mindset of men are intimidated by me. And I do vision boarding a lot. So maybe find a vision board of a man interested in a successful woman and put it by your bedside. Every time you wake up, you see men who are interested, and then you realize that after a while, all the men around you, the men who are looking for you, are the men who are no longer intimidated by your success.
Fantastic. After you have moved position,
After,
because you are the one that brought this solution,
yourself.
and that's what I
Set
hear you
yourself.
say. Position yourself, change your positioning. You know, we cannot exhaust this topic.
Really, it's
We
Today,
can't. We can't.
It's so
but I
vast.
think I strongly believe that if you say that you want to find love, you can't find something you're not looking for.
So we
the
should
man
go
of your dreams
out.
will not come and knock at your, except by miracles. But miracles are
What
real.
of social media? You might be browsing and find him on
But
Tinder.
yes, but you still have to step out. You have to
Absolutely.
prioritize it. You have to go to Tinder.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Thank you, beautiful ladies, for today's episode. I'm sure you agree with me that it has been hilarious, but we've learned a lot.
Yeah.
And we're taking it to the next level. So remember to change your position. You know, and I think that applies not only to relationships, but to you as an individual and as a person. You want to continually progress in all that you do. You want to live where you are and always make effort at everything that you do to, you know, become better, become a better version of yourself as you unfold into this woman that you were born to be. And we have come to the end of the show. And we wish we could have you in the next episode, but let's see how that goes. But nonetheless, thank you, viewers. Thank you once again for watching. Thank you for being a part of this show. Remember that if you have any issues, if you have any questions, if you have challenges, you need someone to talk to, you need someone to, you know, just open up your heart to. We're here for you. And that's why this show is here in the first place. All you need to do is send an email to ask@metrowomanafrica.org, and you can contact us with the numbers now showing on the screen, and we'll be so glad to be of service to you. We love you and we believe in you. So from me and my guests, bye. Have a great week and see you on the next episode of the Metro Woman Talk Show.